What a mess! That was the prompt for this week's writing contest. Actually, it was to tell me a story about a mess. But what I've discovered in trying to make videos is that videos can be really pretty messy too. But I'm getting better. What I was thinking when I first wrote this prompt was about a scene written by one of my favorite authors, David Eddings, where an old wizard and a young boy comes back to the old wizard's house after like centuries of it being empty, because you know how wizards are, they live forever. Anyway, the old wizard walks in and he sees the place and he thinks, never mind, just forget it. This is crazy. This is never going to be cleaned up. We're never going to stay here. Just let's burn it down and start over again. He's just totally overwhelmed with how crazy this place has become in the years that he's been gone. But the young boy has a different thought. He's thinking, I'm hungry. I want my lunch. But there's no microwaves, there's no ovens or stoves or anything like that, because this is like ancient days. And he needs the fireplace, but the fireplace is full of junk. So he goes and starts cleaning the fireplace out, starts a fire, starts lunch up, and he thinks, well, if I'm going to eat my lunch, I need somewhere to sit. So he goes and cleans the table. And in this way, he keeps on showing this very organized way of thinking that gets the place cleaned up enough for them to stay there at least comfortably, even if it's not fully clean. So what does this have to do with anything? Unfortunately, my way of thinking is like nothing like the young boys. It's a whole lot more like the old wizard. It's just cluttered and it flits from this mess of ideas to that mess of ideas to this other thing over here. And it never stays in one place long enough for me to be able to figure out what I need to do today in order to get my goals accomplished by the end of the week. I call this my hummingbird brain because it's like a hummingbird flying from this flower to this flower to that flower and never really seems to get a whole lot done. Unlike the hummingbird who actually does get himself fed. So how do I accomplish that? How do you accomplish that? What do you do? For me, I use mind maps. They are so handy. Mind maps are essentially these graphical illustrations of, well, your mind, your ideas. And what you do is you put the main idea of what you want to accomplish in the middle of your big paper. Please use a big paper because my whiteboard is really small. But see, I've got this creative writing here in the middle. It's just this bubble in the middle of creative writing. And then you have all these activities that are associated with that main goal, like, you know, story 1, story 2, story 3, marketing, because everybody loves marketing, and then daily activities that you just can't get anybody else to do for you for some reason, ongoing projects, whatever you've got going on. So you've got these major ideas that surround your primary goal, and each one of these major ideas has activities associated with them too. So like story 1, you might have to do some research and some interviews and outlining and writing a schedule, have a writing schedule put together, stick to it, revisions, editing, all that kind of stuff. So all that goes in the circle around, all kind of linked to that major idea with its own little spokes. Now the beauty of the mind map is you don't have to write everything 15 times. All you have to do is, okay, so I've got all this stuff associated with getting story 1 written all the way around to publish, but then once it's published, I need to market it. So instead of writing all this different stuff about marketing, you can draw this nice long line over here to marketing, where it tells you, okay, well, for marketing something, you need to have blurbs, and you need to have reviews, and you need to have blog tours, and you need to have a web page, and whatever it is that you think you need to have. So it makes it all nice and easy. Now that you've got your brain all mapped out on a piece of paper, you can get another piece of paper and go through this and write down your schedule and say, okay, this is what I need to do today or this week in order to accomplish the goals I have. What do you think? Do you think mind maps might work for you? If so, great news for you. I've got some links on the blog that will take you to free mind mapping software, which makes it a whole lot neater than what I've got here on the wall. And if you don't think mind maps would work for you, please let me know in the comments what does work for you. How do you organize your brain and get that hummingbird motion to stop long enough to get things done? I've got a post coming up later from other experts that have some ideas of their own, but I'd like to know what you think. So don't forget, leave me some comments, and I will see you soon. Bye.